Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tyron'e Southern's Cooking back at you today with another video. Alright, today we're going to be doing something kind of simple today. I never did this right here, so it's simple still. I'm making some yams, mashed potatoes. So I got my three sweet potatoes here, and I got me some vanilla extract and some nutmeg. And this is all the brown sugar. It's 1/4 cup of brown sugar and some white sugar. 3/4 cup of white sugar. I would usually use 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 1/4 cup of white sugar because the brown sugar is less sweeter. But since that's all the brown sugar I have, that's what we're using. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get these potatoes peeled, and we're using this right here to peel our potatoes. It's very easy to do it that way. I mean, you can peel sweet potato, iced potatoes with that. You can even peel an apple with that. So we're gonna go ahead and get these potatoes peeled and cut up and put it in the pot and get this season going. Stay tuned. Yeah, I forgot to say we got a 1/2 cup of butter. We're gonna go ahead and put that in the pot over here. Put that on the pot. We're gonna melt this. All right, we got our potatoes right here. So what we're gonna do here now, we're just gonna cut the end off of the potatoes like that there. Push that on to the side, and then we're just gonna cut it up. Just like you see me doing. We ain't trying to cut them up so big with chunks though. Just like that there. That's what we're doing. So we're gonna cut the rest of these up. I think I might have a little too much sugar for these little few potatoes here, so we might cut back on some of the sugar. We might cut back on some. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and put our potatoes in. Put our potatoes in, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna add us just a little bit of water. We're gonna add us about a 3/4 of a cup of water. That's what we're gonna do. All right, we got about 3/4 cup of water we're gonna put in here. We're gonna go ahead and put our 1/4 cup of brown sugar in here. We're gonna put about let's see here. I don't want it to be all that sweet, so we're gonna use a 1/2 cup of sugar instead of 3/4 cup of white sugar. We're just gonna use a 1/2 cup of white sugar. So what we're gonna do with that, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stir this up a little bit. Yeah, that's enough sugar. So what we're gonna do now might be a little too much water, but we're gonna deal with it. It'll evaporate. It's supposed to make its own water anyway. That's what they tell me. So we're gonna put just about a teaspoon, not about a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Go ahead and turn our stove up a little higher than what we got it. And we're gonna put about 3 shakes of nutmeg. 1, 2, 3. 3 shakes of that in there. So now we're gonna put our lid on, and we're gonna let this thing cook. But we ain't gonna lock our lid down all the way. We're gonna put our lid on like that, a little crack a little bit. We're gonna leave it cracked a little bit, just like that there. So now we're gonna let this thing cook, and we'll be back. That's too much water I got on those potatoes. Then I'm gonna pull some of that water off. So I'm gonna estimate about a 1/4 cup of water. A lot of times you don't even have to put water in the potatoes. This is my preference. So I'm gonna pull some of that water off of my potatoes there. All right, we're gonna stir them up a little bit. Make sure they all get down in there and cook. All right, what we're gonna do here now, we're gonna do about a 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch here. We're gonna make us a slurry. We're gonna put it into our cup right here. We're gonna put a little hot water in that cup, and we're gonna pour a little bit in there just to thicken the juice up a little bit. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna thicken our juice up a little bit there. It's about ready to come out. That's enough of that there right there. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give this a stir. Try not to tear up the potatoes. We're gonna tear them up anyway, but right now we don't. Pour the rest of that on there. All right, we about ready to take this out the stove in another 2 minutes. All right, we got our yams here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna scoop some of our yams and put over here into this pot here. We ain't gonna scoop them all out, cause somebody else, they want theirs whole. So we're gonna scoop a little bit out of here. Like that there. That's all. We're gonna leave these right here. Let me get one more out of here. We're gonna leave these right here for the other significant one. And we're gonna put these to the side. And what we're gonna do with these right here, we're gonna mash these in like mashed potatoes, just like you do mashed potatoes, y'all. That's all we doing. Guess we can use this one here. Like mashing them up like mashed potato. That's all we doing. Just like this right here, y'all. That's all we doing. All right. Now what we're gonna do, just gonna get us a little scoop of them. Gonna set some on our plate here. We're gonna put a little butter on top. Put a little butter on top, y'all. Yes, sir. All right, y'all, we put a little butter on top. Just like we say. We ain't gonna mess it all up right now. We're gonna have to get us a thumbnail in a minute. So we're gonna go on the side here. We're gonna get us a little taste of this. It's good, just like I thought it was gonna be. Just like I thought it was gonna be. All right, y'all. It's that time again. If you like the video, share it with your friends. Put a thumbs up. Everybody be blessed.